Those of you who haven't seen it, a couple weeks ago I did a video called the 1 hour piston house, where I challenged myself to create an entire piston house filled to the brim with loads of different redstone contraptions within 1 hour. Now you guys seem to really enjoy it, I personally really enjoyed it as well, so I thought I would do it again, but this time I've given myself 3 hours and I'm building a bunker filled to the brim with tons of awesome redstone contraptions. This one's going to be fairly exciting. So I think the first thing I want to work on is how we're going to be getting between this level right here and the level down underneath. Now as you can see, I've added in a bit of a staircase, which is, you know, that would be perfectly fine for most people, but of course I like my redstone and we want to do something cool with this, and what we're actually going to do is turn it into a hidden staircase. Now hopefully this works. Okay, that looks like a solid block, and if we place this staircase going across like this, that will also look like a solid block, and what we can do then is we can retract those back into the wall and we'll be left with this. So we can kind of like pull back the wall and reveal this staircase right here, which will take us onto the next level. The only thing is that I think it should probably go in these blocks right here. That would just look a tiny bit better. Now I imagine that wiring this thing up should actually be extremely simple. All we're going to need is a slab right here to split up this redstone signal, and then we can kind of run that up and across just like this, and that should power and unpower all of the pistons that we have in this wall right here, which means we'll be able to retract and extend all of these blocks. So let's give it its first tester. We flick this lever right here, and that's a pretty good start. We've got a completely solid wall, and then we flick the lever once again, and the full wall retracts, and we've got ourselves a staircase. Now, if that isn't impressive, I don't know what is. I love these things. I mean, this was one of my first successful redstone videos, except it was the opposite way round. The stairs would extend out of the wall, and it was uploaded. It must be like 5 years ago now. I mean, it's getting on a bit, but it's still pretty cool. I've done some extra clearing to the redstone. We've added in a T flip-flop circuit out the back right here, which will retract it, and then if we go down to the bottom right here, we hit this button, and that will extend everything, and then we can do exactly the same thing once again. I like this system. This is one of my favorite systems. Anyway, we still need to work out a way to get in. Now I'm thinking maybe less staircase, more trapdoor. So this is the first draft of the quick exit system. So we've got a slime block down at the bottom here. You hit the button. I did say it was a first draft. Second draft of the system, now without a block that is stopping this slime block from moving. We hit the button and well, I would consider that a massive success. We've built it pretty much first time, and the redstone behind it actually isn't too complicated. Just a little bit of flush piston trapdoor action, and then a small slime block extender mixed up with a monostable circuit. That sounded a lot more complicated than that actually is. Anyway, we need to create some form of hidden activation device to actually open up this thing so that we can get it open from the inside. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. Now in theory this should work. So we have got a pulse extender hooked up into this system down here. Now this block right here is the one that we have to use the hoe on, and everything should now be fully closed up. So I'll cover up all of the redstone that we've got going on. It's currently dark, I do apologise for that, but we do that, and then that opens up that, so we can drop down to the bottom, and then eventually that trapdoor should close, meaning that we are completely shut in here, and no one will be able to find us. Then we hit the button again, and boop, we pop out onto the top. Now, I cannot remember where I'm meant to be hoeing. So I guess our hidden entrance, hidden activation device has worked perfectly. Now, what I've done is created what could be considered a fairly daft system, but I like the thought of it because, of course, we're in a bunker. We might need to send out messages up onto the surface, and we might need to receive messages. We can hit this button right here, and that will send out an item. So for example, we could put a book with a message on the inside. We hit this button and it will be sent out onto the surface for a player to pick it up, and then they could respond to the message by throwing the item onto the floor next to it. And if we pop down underneath, you can see it drops down into this chest. It's just quick and easy message send and receive, like a little strange post box. Now this system right here works perfectly in my head, so let's see if it works. Yes! Okay, we can do... Oh my word, this is going to be epic. So here is my idea for the system. We have got ourselves a minecart station, or we're going to have a minecart station on this block right here, and when we hit the button, we'll be transported across, get geared up with armor and also a shield, and then eventually make our way over to this powered rail right here, which will stop us for a little while so that we can get all sorts of other items like food and arrows and bits and pieces like that. And then eventually this powered rail will travel on and back out the other side, fully equipped, ready to do whatever we really want to do. Now, I have to say, I have never seen one of these things before. I don't understand why I've never seen one of these things before, because I think it's awesome. I think it's such a cool idea. Part 1 should be completed. I am currently completely naked. If we pop inside the minecart, hit the button. Why do I keep saying things? Part 1, version 2 should now be completed. If we hit this button right here, we can travel across. We get fully equipped with items and then make our way out to the other side. The minecart gets broken and should be redispensed on the other side so that we can use the quick kit once again. And boom, I am looking sweet, and I have got myself a rather lovely looking shield. This is really great stuff. I suppose we can actually put droppers underneath these minecart rails here to allow us to get our pickaxe, our sword, and all that sort of thing. I've been working on this for a little while now. If we take a look around the back, you can see we have got some redstone going on, which should hopefully pause our minecart, allow us to get a bunch of items, and then make us travel off. A little bit nervous for this one, don't really know why. We hit the button and let's go. Okay, it works. It seems to be working. Hopefully we pick up those items. How good is that? Seriously, how cool is that? That's one of my favourite redstone circuits, I think, in general. It is a bit of a shame that we've got just over one stack of most items. I'm going to try and mess around with the timings. I don't know if there's anything I can do with that one, though. With my latest test, I would say we've nailed it. We've managed to get 60 of each different type of item, and we've also got, obviously, all of the tools and are fully equipped in armor. Now, this quick kit is such a cool system. I'm really, really happy with it, but it has eaten into our time quite substantially, and we still have a whole ton of things that we need to do. We've still got half the room. We've still got another floor. The next thing that I want to do is create a sorting system. Just a small little sorting system in this area right here, which is going to be dealing with all of the items. Now, if we have enough space, I'd like to have 2 different modules of this. And by the look of things, we kind of do. But this is going to be similar to the Tango Tech style, in that it's going to use locking hoppers and droppers and things like that. Now, it turns out this is actually going to be a little bit more complicated than I first thought. We have got to have the 2 item elevators right here. We've got the system in place which stops the items from just falling straight to the bottom. That's all good. That's like a good start. But item elevator wise, I really don't know what to do. I kind of want it to be silent. I think having it be silent would be a good idea. But, I mean, we don't have much space. We've already taken out one of the modules. Now then, I am very interested to see if this thing actually functions. It's a little bit bootleg, and there is a chance that I've done everything wrong. But what we have is a bunch of items inside this chest right here, and I'm going to throw in some redstone dust. And in theory, it should go into this slot. Okay. So part number 1 is working. And now we see. Okay, that's very good. That is very, very good. This is a trap chest, so I don't know if I can actually touch it while this thing is working. We seem to have an even split, which is very odd. I refuse to believe that that's caused by me opening and closing the trap chest. I'm going to try a slightly different item. Oh, this is even stranger. We don't even have an even split now. Oh, I don't know. I genuinely don't know on this one. Oh, it's so strange. Maybe I need to slow these things down? Maybe. Now, it certainly isn't the fastest thing in the world, and also we still need to clean up some of the holes that I've created by making this thing taller, but it does seem to be functioning. Finally, we have managed to get this thing up and running, and we do actually have ourselves a sorting system inside this area right here. There we go. Everything's going in place. This thing is functional. Okay, I mean, we do still have that back wall left to do. And now we don't. The back wall is done, this area is now completed, I've filled it in with all of the details that you could possibly want in some form of hidden bunker. So we've got ourselves a nano farm, which allows us to get wheat, carrots, potatoes, and of course that does use a whole bunch of bone meal, which I'll put inside those dispensers, but it's super fast and working very nicely. Then over here, just in case you don't have any bone meal, we have got ourselves the melon and pumpkin farm. So say for example, this were to grow, then there we go, it gets pushed off and gets put inside this chest. Finally, we've got the enchanting system. That's right there, no redstone involved with this one. We also have some anvils up at the top, and we have got a bed, because a bed is pretty essential, and I always seem to forget these inside my bunkers. So I personally can't think of anything extra that we would need in this top section. I mean, we've got a lot of things going on up here, so I would say we're going to hit this button. Hopefully this still works, I haven't broken any of that. And we're going to head down to the next level. And I have got something pretty special planned for this place. What I want to do with this bottom section right here is create a bit of a security system. So you can see we've dropped down to this bottom level. Obviously we've got the hidden staircase there. We're then going to add in a few little security bits and pieces inside these walls, which will open up this area, which will take us through to this chest. Now this chest is going to have some very important items on the inside, and in theory this piston door right here should be the thing that's protecting it, and I think it is working. Okay, so that's very good. So that is the piston door that is going to be stopping anyone from just walking inside here. Obviously, we've got a hidden bunker. We then have a hidden entrance to get down to the lower area of the bunker. We're then going to have security systems, and then we have this big iron piston door. Just imagine we're working in real life right here. We've got this big iron piston door, which is protecting this chest. I mean, they've got to be very special items. But here's the deal, we only have about 10 minutes left on our timer to get everything finished, and I really don't want an unfinished project, so I think for the time being, we're just going to have, I would say, a lever combination lock. Levers on either side. I mean, that would give us 2, 4, 8, 16 possible combinations. Oh, that's not really that crazy. Oh, what can we do here? I mean, that's the button to activate that, so we can't really get too much closer there. I mean, we could put lever there, so that's 16, 32, 64 possible combinations. That's not so bad. Okay, let's connect all of this up. And everything is completed. With 2 minutes left to spare, we are all done. We have got our extremely special item inside the chest right there. For those of you who don't watch my Hermitcraft series, you're probably sat there very confused, and I'm not going to explain it. You should just check out the Hermitcraft series. I'll put a link to it down in the description. But anyway, we have got ourselves a fully functional lever combination lock with 64 possible combinations. Not the largest number of possible combinations in the world. I've done combination locks with many trillions of billions of gazillions of combinations, but this will do for the time being. And the combination is just that there, and that drops our piston door down into the floor, and it gets us into the ultra secure chamber that you can see here. Now that is really cool. I'm very happy with this, and I'm actually extremely happy with how much we've managed to get done in today's video. I mean, check out this place. We have got a serious bunker. This is some serious stuff. Like, we've got all sorts of things going on, and it is completely ridiculous. So let's quickly do a summary, because I know you guys like that. To get into this place, we just have to tilt this saw right here. That will activate our hidden entrance, which allows us to drop down into the place. And as you can see, everything closes up behind us as well to keep this place super secretive. Now, the first redstone contraption that we've got here is the message sender and receive system, allowing us to communicate with people who are standing on top of the bunker. A little bit strange, but I personally think it's really quite cool. But then we move on to arguably my favorite redstone contraption in this entire place. As you can see, I'm completely naked at this point in time, but if we pop inside this minecart and press this button, we will get fully equipped with all of the items. We have got all of the armor on. You can't really see it, but we do have armor on. And we also have a replenishing minecart, a bow and arrow. We've got all of the tools. We're pretty much set to go. We've got food, torches, we've got some building blocks as well. This is like a full-blown quick kit system, which will allow us to take on enemies and just do all of the standard Minecraft stuff. I absolutely love this thing. But then we've got an enchanting system that's in that area. We've got a nano farm, which will allow us to get wheat, carrots, and potatoes, which is brilliant. We also have a melon farm, and a pumpkin farm, which have been harvesting while I've been building, which is, you know, it's not fast, it's not particularly quick, but it does function. Then over here, we've got a fully fledged sorting system, which will sort out items into the correct zones. This is similar to Tango text design, and if we chuck in some items inside here, you'll start to hear it kicking into action, and we should begin to see some droppers making their way into the system. So that thing is totally functional as well, and we've got a whole bunch of different redstone items inside the system that it will sort out. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for such a tiny little bunker. What next? We've got the bed, we've got all of that stuff. Yeah, I think it's about time that we head down to the bottom, and the way that we go down to the next floor is using this hidden staircase right here, which takes us through into this area. Now this is a super secure storage system for one very special item. Now this has got 64 possible combinations, and if you flick all of these levers, that door will drop down, and we reveal Senor Mumbo Cactoni, the most important thing in all of Minecraft. I hope that you have enjoyed this little redstone video. It's been a ton of fun to create. I'm very impressed by how much I've managed to build within the 3-hour time period. Let me know down in the comment section what you want me to do next. I will be reading through all of your suggestions because you guys are extremely creative. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and because I've now got access to the filming channel back once again, finally, I would highly suggest checking out the latest film I just released. It's pretty cool. I put a ton of time and effort into it. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. Link will be on the end screen.